Hello, my name's Taylor. I wanted to make this video because I wanted to share this finished sketchbook with you. I had a lot of fun filling this in. It was experimenting a lot with gouache painting, and I hope you enjoy. So to start with, I thought I would show you what supplies that I use mostly during this sketchbook. I use these gouache, which this sketchbook was sort of experimenting with those paints because they were new at the time. These paintbrushes, which I love, the tip can be super fine on them, and this was a treat to myself. It is a ceramic palette and it is so lovely to use. And this is a Strathmore sketchbook. These stickers are by the lovely Heidi Rue. She's amazing. Check her out. So I decided I wanted to paint a cat in overalls, and so I used the painting of the two farmers called American Gothic as my layout inspiration, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. I really like this sweet little kitty and kind of the texture on the trees, which is just pencil. Leah Lexon sort of inspired this spread. I love how loose her paintings are. She seems to be able to just put a blob of paint down and then create such cute animals out of it. So this was sort of trying to experiment with that sort of style, loosen up a bit. Bob Ross. I wanted to do a mini Bob Ross and then decided to just make the whole spread about him. I don't draw or paint people, but I'm pretty happy with how his little face turned out. And this palette is actually one of my paint palettes, which I just cut up and stuck in. I thought it was a cute little touch. This is one of my favorite pages in this book. I especially love this iguana. I love the blue and just how bright this all is. This was, I bought some ink, and this was experimenting with that ink. I think I just googled a photo and used it as a reference. I can't quite remember, but it's a bunny wearing clothes. That is supposed to be a scroll of paper, but it, I don't know, just looks like a blob. I wanted to work on people. I don't really draw people, so I just started basic. So cute. I really love this page, again using that ink. I love the little cuttlefish, and this octopus came out super sweet, I think. So this is based on a pin that I bought whilst I was in Melbourne, but I can no longer find the pin, but it looks like this essentially, only much smaller. And then I added like a nighttime sort of scene, and I love these tiny little flowers. Pretty cute. Some brightly coloured parrots. Hair in front of a moon. I decided I wanted to paint some cats in hats, and this spread gave me my first sticker. I loved the lime green eyes and the white in the fur, and just that he's wearing an eggplant, so it had to become a sticker. I wasn't done with the cats in hats ideas, so I painted this little guy, and this is his hat rack with all the different hats that he wears during the day, and I wanted the window to tie in with the background there, so they're sort of the same sky. I haven't seen this movie, but I've seen this actor a lot on Google. Obviously her outfit is amazing, and I just really wanted to paint it. I love the material. I think her face is pretty cute too. experimenting with a bit of pen. I love stippling. I was very hesitant in it, obviously you can see in this piece, but I'd love to keep going with it, and also cross-hatching. Again, trying out people. A little wattle and gum flowers, I can't remember what they're called. If you've watched the movie Watership Down, you know it's a bit dark, but that's where these bunnies are from, and there's lots of shimmer in these paints. A Ghibli movie we watched had bear dogs in it. I can't remember what it's called, but I decided to look up bear dogs to see if they were actually real creatures. They are. Kitten by Beatrix Potter. I think this little fella came out lovely. I'm considering turning him into a sticker, I like him so much. And this is supposed to be the dishevelled Tom Kitten losing his buttons. Jemima Puddle Duck, I love her story. It's so sad. The little eggs, but she's very sweet. Sailor Moon fans out there, you might recognise Rhett Butler from, he's the fat cat that has a bit of a crush on Luna. This is not quite finished, but I still like it. There's some shimmering in the feathers, which is really pretty. So I would like to finish this. It's just one of those pages that you kind of wish weren't in there. Maybe I'll paint over it. I found this bug on my way home one day and asked my friends what it was, and it's a featherhorn beetle. The antennae on this bug were just stunning. Land Before Time, beautiful movie. Littlefoot is such a sweet little fellow when he's a baby, and so I wanted to draw him on a tree star. So this is a stamp that I made. The black is the ink from the stamp, and I was experimenting colouring it in with watercolours. Still experimenting. I asked my friends for prompts. So we've got an anteater and a little baby on the back. Their babies sit on their back, it's so cute. A witchy cat brewing up a little potion with a gecko. A happy carrot with a little grub. Unfortunately you can see the grub here is being fed to the hungry chubby little bird, and a bunch of flowers which bees are moving in on. Wish bear. So I had an actual reference for this. My best friend got me this, I don't know how long ago now, potentially over 15 years, but I think she's so sweet and I wanted to paint her. And the stars, these chubby little stars, super fun to paint. This was one of those draw this in your style challenges. I can't remember exactly who did it now, but they had a little lemon in denim pants. So I ran with the lemon idea and turned it into lemon doing yoga. And if you are familiar with yoga, you might recognize this pose and expression. And this little toad, I made a felt version of him and thought he was so sweet, so I painted him with a little bouquet of flowers, and it says, "Dear friend, would you like to drink coffee together and talk? Lots of love, Frog Boy." And because he's so sweet, he always brings a bouquet of flowers. And finally, this was a bit of an experiment using this ink stuff. I did a wash underneath with purple and blues, and then went over the top to make these like pebbly look. It was really fun to do, and I definitely want to do this again. I hope you enjoyed that. Let me know.